Ever wondered what went on inside the mind of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh? It's not just about pyramids and golden masks. Their belief system was wild, complex, and sometimes downright shocking. Today, we're counting down 10 shocking beliefs the pharaohs truly lived by. Get ready, because ancient Egypt is about to get a whole lot weirder. First up, number 10. Pharaohs believed they were literal gods on earth. Not just representatives of the gods, but divine beings themselves. They were seen as the living embodiment of Horus, the falcon-headed god, and when they died, they became Osiris, ruler of the underworld. This wasn't just a fancy title, it was the foundation of their entire society. Everything the pharaohs said or did was considered a divine act. At number 9, let's talk about family, to keep the royal bloodline pure and godlike. Pharaohs often married their own sisters or even daughters. Yep, incest was not just accepted, it was a divine duty. Cleopatra, for example, married 2 of her own brothers. This practice was meant to mirror the myths of gods like Osiris and Isis, who were brother and sister as well as husband and wife. Coming in at number 8, their obsession with the afterlife was next level. They didn't just hope for a good afterlife, they meticulously planned it. Tombs were houses of eternity, filled with everything they'd need: food, furniture, games, and even mummified pets. They believed their soul or ka would need all these things to live comfortably forever. The more lavish the tomb, the better their eternal life would be. Number 7 is a bit gruesome: the ritual of opening the mouth. After mummification, a priest would perform a ceremony on the mummy. Using special tools, they would touch the mummy's mouth, eyes, and nose. They believed this magical ritual would reanimate the senses, allowing the deceased to eat, see, and speak in the afterlife. Without this, their soul would be trapped, unable to enjoy eternity. At number 6, we have magical amulets. Pharaohs were decked out in protective charms. The ankh, symbolizing life, and the scarab beetle, representing rebirth, were incredibly common. They believed these objects held real power, warding off evil spirits and ensuring good fortune, both in this life and the next. These weren't just jewelry. They were essential pieces of spiritual armor. Halfway through at number 5. The pharaoh's name was pure magic. A pharaoh had 5 different names, and each held immense power. Speaking or writing their name was believed to give you power over them. That's why their most important name, the throne name, was written inside a protective loop called a cartouche. This was like a magical force field, protecting the pharaoh's divine power from being misused. Number 4 might surprise you. They believed in a final judgment. But it wasn't about confessing sins. It was about weighing your heart. The ancient Egyptians believed that after death, their heart would be weighed on a scale against the feather of Mat, the goddess of truth and justice. If your heart was lighter than the feather, you earned eternal life. If it was heavier, your heart was devoured by a terrifying monster named Ammit, and you'd cease to exist. At number 3. Dreams were messages from the gods. Pharaohs had special priests, called masters of the secret things, who would interpret their dreams. A dream wasn't just a random thought. It was a divine prophecy, a warning, or a command. Important state decisions, like whether to go to war, could be based entirely on what the pharaoh dreamed the night before. Number 2 is all about the sun. The sun god Ra was one of the most powerful deities, and the pharaoh had a unique connection to him. They were called the son of Ra. Pharaohs built massive temples and obelisks to honor the sun. The daily journey of the sun across the sky was seen as a cosmic battle against chaos, and the pharaoh's daily rituals were believed to help Ra win that battle and ensure a new day would dawn. And finally, the most shocking belief at number 1, the Sed festival. After ruling for 30 years, a pharaoh had to prove he was still physically fit to rule. How? By running. The Sed festival was an elaborate jubilee where the aging pharaoh had to run a ritual course to demonstrate his strength and stamina. This was a magical act to rejuvenate his power and, by extension, the vitality of all of Egypt. It was a literal race to keep the throne. From marrying their sisters to running for their lives, the beliefs of the pharaohs were a fascinating mix of divine right and strange ritual. It just goes to show you, history is always more surprising than you think. What did you find most shocking? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into history.